there, good morning. You're welcome to another episode of Cleveland TV in Diaspora Live Interview. My name is Adiga Bisoye. But before we introduce our guest for today, we have some information that you need to know about Cleveland TV in Diaspora. On Cleveland TV, you can network with business owners of any kind. You can know much about their businesses, how they do their businesses, and all other information about them. Secondly, you can also watch different kinds of movies for free. So, wouldn't you like to sign up and do all of these and many more on Cleveland TV in Diaspora? So, back to today's discussion, we have a special guest. Her name is Thoba Karl Halla. She is the CEO of Whispering Valley in the city of Johannesburg in Gauteng province. Good morning, madam.
Good morning.
Yeah. Could you please tell us more about you, about what you do, about your industry? Because I know you have over 28 years of experience in the tourism industry. So tell us more about tourism industry in South Africa.
I didn't get your question. Something just went technically wrong from your side, but please do.
Okay, please. I can. Don't worry about that. Okay, I know that you have over 28 years of experience in the tourism industry. Could you please tell us about your experience so far in the industry and some of the highs and the lows of the tourism industry in South Africa during the COVID-19?
Well, COVID-19 was quite a challenge in a sense that everybody considered tourism as a cemetery. When you talk tourism, you talked of a graveyard, everything was dead. However, the challenges were that one could be able to adapt, but to adapt to what? Because a lot of people were embraced by fear, uncertainty, and it made it difficult to begin to reach out to other people. However, what has happened with time is that there have been other alternatives in other spheres where people have converted their businesses to function more successfully from home, as our tourism has been, and then also to look into the domestic tourism. How do you promote and interact? And what that has done, it has brought the mind to be more concentrated on the continent rather than thinking that if you are out on tourism, you have to be somewhere overseas.
Okay, so during the COVID, did you work from home?
During the COVID?
Yeah. Did you work from home?
You see?
Did you work from home? Did you work from home?
Well, fortunately, COVID comes at a time when the decision of working from home had long been taken. It just basically solidified. It just changed the complexion of the business itself. Because when you have a guest house, for instance, or you've got a B&B or you've got a restaurant, then the immediate alternative was to be able to reach out to the customers who are not able to come to your establishment, or alternatively, empower yourself by learning more skills of how to best do this thing. And working from home has always been a thing long before COVID. It has been cost effective and it has been the most convenient thing to actually consider to do.
Okay, so did COVID-19 change how you foresee your career?
Yes, it did. It influenced me to find more reason to be in agritourism and to diversify in what one has been doing. If you consider tourism at large, it is a very consumer-orientated industry or sector. And if in the tourism sector, a place, one could be able to provide and supply and manufacture and provide the goods, then it is a good thing to do. So yes, we are embarking on agriculture on a very intensified note of it.
Okay, so what lessons, if any, did you learn after the COVID-19 pandemic?
There is more value to time. There is more value to the moment. And there is more value in appreciating what you have.
Cleveland Business Matchmaker is an innovative social platform that delivers result-driven campaigns and marketing solutions for businesses in all sectors, such as law firms, restaurants, hospitality, real estate, medical finance, manufacturers, beauty, events, retailers. In fact, we are the marketing social platform for everything. a dating site for businesses matchmaking. At Clevenard, we bring together startups and more established businesses together, where you can find people who share your interests. Members can build their profile, send messages, friend people, interact with each other, share interests, and much more. Take a minute to fill in your profile and tell the world about yourself. At Clevenard Business Matchmaker, we know that personalized online identity and business timeline are crucial to the growth of every business. We've designed Clevenard Business Matchmaker to help businesses to own a personalized timeline in just 2 minutes. Easy search functionality. The personalized timeline is designed to feature all your business ideas with complete search functionalities, which help users navigate through all your listed services, products, or ideas for customers to contact you directly. Sign up today at www.clevenard.com. It's free.
And there's more value of having a personal introspection to find those hidden gems that you took for granted because you had no need to get to seek them. But the other beautiful thing is that you cherish life more than you did before. You can't take it for granted. And what other opportunities that came with that, instead of having a mind going wayward, you were able to concentrate and to find alternatives of what else could be done, like improving your work career, improving your education career, improving your environment career, and finding a cause that challenges are just not unique to you, but other people. You can alleviate your own personal challenges by extending yourself to help people in similar situations. So it expanded one in view of approach and doing things with people and the community around.
Okay, so when the lockdown was lifted, how did you feel about an eventual resumption of work?
It has been the best thing to ever happen, because being in the tourism industry, it has opened up cancellations that took place for 2 or 2.5 years. Now you're seeing the flood of people coming back. You see the activities, you see the activities of entertainment coming to life. You actually see also opportunities, people going back to work, and you see more reason to increase the number of employment, particularly amongst the youth, whom I think that we're more frustrated. With elderly people, you were able to manage the situation, but with the young people, it was a concern of the unknown future. And the moment now that there has been lifting, one is more conscious of what to do, how to avoid being exposed to possibilities of contravening any of the said, pathogens flying around, and how to take care of yourself and to keep a healthy society and keep yourself as one too.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll be right back after this short break. Stay tuned.
Let's sell on your behalf. If your item sells on our web shop, you pay a 10% commission plus the transaction fees, and you get the rest. Register now at www.shop.clevenard.com. Start uploading your product and services. We can really sell it on your behalf so you can carry on working on the things important to you. Are you looking to sell any type of product or service and you want to avoid the hassle involved? Selling can be an arduous and time-consuming process. At Clevenard Super Shop, we will be happy to take over the workload of promoting or selling your products or services. All you need to do is to register at www.shop.clevenard.com, enter your shop or vendor information, and then start uploading your product and services. We will do the selling. Now, be ready to get more sales and awareness. Start making more money from your business with Clevenard Super Shop by partnering with us today.
We're still in talks with our guest, Miss Thoba Karl Halla, and we've been talking about tourism and COVID-19 and after COVID-19 work after COVID-19. and how it's been in South Africa. Of course, how she's been adjusting so far. Then, have you learned any skills whatsoever after the pandemic?
Yeah,
What are the skills you've learned?
getting to learn more about planting and having vertical substantial gardens at home, it's something that one never considered. It actually brought about the thought and the understanding that we don't eat flowers. So wherever you've got land, you can actually utilize it to provide your own vegetables and get all the necessary fresh things. And the shrubs, we could be having fruit trees, and those are the things that we need to be doing. So and also having your little chicken shack, and but on a small scale, be able to provide for yourself, and let's be a less dependent person as a consumer. And what are the skills that one has learned? I've learned how to sew, I have learned how to crochet, and this has also enlarged my operations, because I spend time with elderly people, and it engages them, and it gives them a lot of joy for them to see themselves produce things that can be used by the community. It may not be anything substantial in business per se, but it does bring, it alleviates the immediate needs for financial expenses.
All right, thank you. What does your home life look like right now?
My own life.
Home life.
My home is beautiful in a sense that it is warm, and the people that reside in it are equally warm, and it offers two worlds in a suburb, not in a suburb but in an urban area. I have lots of trees that offer me the leisure of the wilderness, and I also have my home, which offers me the convenience of being in an urban environment. So it's quite a beautiful combination, and I love hosting because that's what I specialize in doing. I am more in the tourism part of it. I'm a dining destination, and it's open up for other ladies that are. We never spoke about ladies in tourism, but this is a power of ladies that have also began to harness the young people so that they could have the skills transfer, which is a wonderful thing to do. And we also know that we're looking forward to a conference that is going to have ladies from the African continent, which is called WITSA, Southern Africa. And we're going to be meeting at the OR Tambo, and we'll have a beautiful exchange, because we will get to know how they've survived. The questions that you're asking me, how do they survive? And they'll be able to get it from us as well.
Okay, so what changes will be permanent after the COVID-19?
Changes was that we have to be more proactive, and we need to be an informed society. We need to understand the challenges that can hamper us, because if a society is not healthy or it is not well, it can't thrive. And people being in tourism in particular, they have the sensitivity and they want to withdraw from there. And the other thing that that has been very prime is that it has been important to demystify the notion that African people are not hygiene conscious, and that anything that comes from the African environment is not clean. So those are some of the things that one has had to concentrate on. You talk about sanitization, you talk about fumigating your spaces, and make it known that it is done that way, and to offer nothing else but the prime, exceed and excel from where you were.
All right, so what do you feel will go back to how it was pre-COVID? What do you think will go back to how it was pre-COVID? Talking about your industry now.
Yeah, some businesses are basically life. If you take the PPE industries, they'll continue to be. It is not the type of thing that everybody should be wearing the mask, but the mask will always be there, and they'll always be in business. The conscious mind that you need to sanitize will always be there, and there would be also the food industry has a greater opportunity of serving from within its establishment, or coming up with a career of delivering food somewhere. So if it's properly structured and well constructed, then there will be greater opportunities. I want to just attest to the fact that, one of the things that our government saw fit through the Gauteng Economic Development, they have partnered with an organization called Family Tree. And Family Tree becomes a revival of the economy in the townships, and also skilling people to know how to best do certain things and how to provide the best branding, packaging, manufacturing in due course, and production. And also there is another that is called Umnoto Wabantu Ebantwini in Gauteng, that is also creating a conscious mind that do understand that you can be able to be participants in the wealth of the country and the economy. So those are things that I'm quite excited about, and those are things that I am very supportive of, and also in the agriculture industry over and above tourism.
All right, thank you very much. Could you please tell us about the celebration of the Women's Day in South Africa? Tell us more about it, how it came to being, and what's so special about this year's celebration of the event.
It shouldn't be a month that celebrates women. Woman needs to be celebrated from the very first time you set your eye on the face of a woman. That's a celebration. But anyway, with the fuss of the commercial world that August is Women's Month, still value comes into effect, because a lot of people that we've known are no longer. So to be women and having the bans lifted, and for you to be able to meet means so much. But the beautiful thing, it's just not wine, dining, and dancing, but it is constructive conversations about how do we restructure the economy, how do we empower our youth, how do we empower ourselves, how do we empower society. So that is the beauty about that, and also recognizing the efforts and the inputs of those that went more miles to do that. I know of people during the heat of COVID, just to throw in her name, Jackie Mpondo Hendricks, she was in the thrust of it, donating food parcels. And you don't just manufacture, you've got to source the food from the sponsors and take to the respective people. She ended up contaminated, and she fought through, the ventilators. So that is a sacrifice that you can never overlook. But I know her, but how many others that I do not know her who did the same?
All right.
So there's more value in life and more value in appreciating what people do, and reaching out and exposing each other, and not keeping things to ourselves, but learning that the cake is big and we need to spread and share with all other people.
Okay. In less than 2 minutes, could you please advise women who are trying to struggle to get fit to the society, to make sure that their names are heard by people? What are your advice to those people who are trying to struggle so hard to make sure that they get something done in the society? The society recognizes them. They are not dregs of the society, and they are not being labeled as weaklings, in quotes. So what are your advice to those people?
It is important to know that each and every one is on earth not by mistake. We all have a purpose, and we need to help find our purpose. You either you'll get it from home, you're affirmed. And my responsibility, if my neighbor has a need, it is my responsibility to be able to groom and help the person to realize that potential and see the creation that they were made to be. And each and every person should understand that there is a moment and a time in life, but it does not define your future. And everybody has the capacity to make better of their lives. It might be a challenge. It will always be a struggle. For as long as you live, you'll always have challenges. But do align yourself with people and environments that can help you, alleviate you from where you are and take you somewhere. For instance, it would be wonderful to join organizations that are progressive, organizations that are looking forward to help people. lead, for instance, ladies in tourism, it's all about that. Because not only do we talk about business, but how do we emotionally empower each other? How do we emotionally encourage each other? How do we also appreciate the fact that we don't have to be discriminatory? Because that's another weakening point in our societies, particularly as African people. I should be able to learn from you. You should be able to learn from me. Respect me, let me respect you, and together we can grow. And no one is useless. That is important. If anyone, I'm not a counselor, I'm not a psychologist, but if anyone believes that they are not comfortable within the spaces that they are in, they can always reach out. I'm more than very happy to engage. I do have a group of women which we call family home evenings and family forums, and this is just to try and bring the positive of our society and our people.
Thank you, Thoba. We've been having a conversation, an interesting one at that, with Thoba, who is an ace in the tourism industry, and she has over 28 years of experience in this particular industry. It's been nice having a conversation with you, Thoba Karl Halla. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name remains Adega Bisoye, and bye for now.
It has been a great pleasure, Akara.
Let's sell on your behalf. If your item sells on our web shop, you pay a 10% commission plus the